Okay, so I had to rewrite this second problem a little bit higher because I needed more room. So the second problem for centripetal force reads: a 50-kilogram child sits on a swing which hangs on ropes 5 meters long. The child and swing are released from rest at 60 degrees to the vertical. What's the combined tension? What does it say? In the ropes when the child is at its lowest point. Sorry, I can't read my scribble. So let's just draw a picture. Here you have a swing with a rope 5 meters long. So the swing it's swinging in the pendulum-like motion up here, and it's at 60 degrees to the vertical. So if you notice, what we can do is manipulate this to recreate a right triangle. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is define our sides. We know this is 30. We know x is across the 30. We know the hypotenuse is 2x, and then we know this adjacent side is root 3x. So we define our sides. We know that the length of the pendulum is equal to 5. 2x equals 5, so that means x is 5 divided by 2, x is equal to 2.5. And then x root 3 is equal to root 3 times 2.5, which is not really relevant in this problem. So if you notice, at this point, we are half of the length of the rope. So this tells us over here we are 2.5, let's see if we can erase this. We're 2.5 meters from the ground. So that's our height. So the next thing that we want to do is actually we want to put all of our values into a kinematic equation to find our velocity, which wasn't given in our equation. So the equation that we're going to use is v equals the square root of 2gh to find our velocity. So we know our acceleration of gravity, and then we also now know our height. So v equals the square root of 50. So now that we have that, we have most of our variables to put in our centripetal force equation. So centripetal force is mv squared over r. We have our mass. We have our velocity now, which is square root of 50. Square that. And now we have our radius because it's the length of the rope, which is 5. We're just going to cross out. So we have 50 times 50 divided by 5 equals 500. Let's say 2,500 divided by 5 is 500 newtons. Okay, now that we have that, we have to refer back to the question. It says, what's the combined tension in the ropes when the child's at its lowest point? So they want to know the combined tension. So we have the centripetal force here, but what we want to do is add the centripetal force and the force of gravity. So we would just add 500 plus the mass times the gravity, and that equals 1,000 newtons.